Invisible. A lot of chords, but a lot of great chords. So it's got the main riff, which goes right into a different riff, and then a little subtle flippity gibbet. But it's all basically the same for you. And you play this main riff a lot. It's a D to a D7 to a C to a G7 to an A minor, then a sort of a D and a sort of a G, F sharp, then a sort of a D to an A7, and then you start over. Right? And just over and over and over again. I didn't put numbers on my fingers. I ate this potato and it's doing something to me. I don't even want to know. You can also sort of play it like up here. So later on you're playing it harder. You're playing it with distortion, and it can be played up here like. So it's important to remember that it's all in this little box of D, G, C, and A. And A is usually, I think, a 7. And then occasionally there's an F sharp. So after the first part, which we'll review, da, 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 Lord, da. Okay, after a few times through, when he's done singing, he goes into sort of a semi-chorus, where we go into a sort of a semi-chorus, and it goes. He loves the world, and he loves the world. He loves the world that he made, and that's why he made the world. So that's just D, G, D, G, D, G, D, F sharp, G, A7. A7, see? Same thing. I'm blowing your mind right now. Probably better up here. So the last one, it goes, he. And then, after we go through twice, you have a nice little bit. It's a little bit tough to figure out, but it goes D back to D minor. He's invisible. That's why he... then that's a G with a flat 5. Sometimes when I play a G with a flat 5, I'm substituting for something like that, which is a full G diminished chord, which you're probably going to have distortion on. A full G diminished chord is a little silly. So a G flat 5 is just gives that tone, and then you add an octave on top of it, and it gives the feel. Because I'm playing like whatever it is that I'm playing on top of that, and if you're playing, so that these two flat 5s are good enough, and then in a nicely full diminished E up here, which is barring at the 2nd fret, the bottom 4 strings, and then those two. This one and this one. Here and here. Here and here. Here and here. And it sounds like this. And then right back into the D. And you see, you can form the D in this song just by barring and using your finger, because technically this second D that I'm calling a D7 should have have the 7 in the root. Because sometimes putting the root, you hear how much that sounds. This sounds very bright, but this sounds more melodically complex. So if you can get to it in the original riff you want to play, right? Because then that descent into the C is a little more uplifting. But we were talking about something else. This is your little D minor turnaround at the end of the song, which is right, so that's D. He's invisible. That's why he must be there. And this is the part of the song after the turnaround. You're going to hit your distortion, and that's where you want to be kind of like, oh boy, play it right. You know, back into the bar chords or even power chords to make it sort of more. To make it sort of a little more muted, maybe. I'm not sure. So the whole song, again, is. Oops. Right? I hope you got all that.